Hi there. As of now, FET is down by about 4% so far this week. It's time to look at it through the Wyckoff lens and see what are the whales doing and how it impacts a win or lose. If you're new to my session, I'll cover the Wyckoff stage, the trend change potential, as well as key price levels. These are education content, not financial advice. The weekly chart of FET is showing us that it is at around the mid stage of the accumulation cycle where it's going through a deep test. What are these tests? These are basically where whales try to shake out the paper hands while they scoop in, certain amount of FET before they shoot the price up again. It is a process that can go through multiple swings. Sometimes they do it quicker and shorter. Sometimes it lasts for as long as over 2 years, as we have seen between 2002 to 2024. So currently, if we look at the candles, it's still having these heavy downward leg, just that the volume isn't that crazy. This week, the candlestick body is a bit narrower. It seems that the bulls and the bears are trying to agree that this 0.184 yellow key level is where they try to station the price at before it's going either side. All right, there's no bad news to push it down to the prior accumulation level back in 2002, 2003 that went all the way to 0.052, this red key level. But most of the time it trade between the 0.075 and the 0.112 orange key level. Okay, you see on the left side over here. So there is still a chance for the price to come down to the orange key level or even the red if things really turns bad. There are a couple of things that can go south. May it be things within the US, the FET, new FET position, the internal demonstrations, all that, and as well as geopolitical risk. Okay, so here, after talking about what's going on, what we can observe, what's next? What we want to see or what we need is something we call sign of strength, meaning price advance with volume. Either a couple of huge white candlesticks, in this case for FET, or a series of white candlesticks gradually climbing together with higher than average volume, like what happened over here back in November 2023. That's signaling people are willing to get back in to risk on again. So that's the first criteria. Price rise with increased volume. The second criteria is for the price to challenge the trading range top set by what we call automatic rally. So the whales set the trading range top this time around the 0.999, almost $1 level. So we want to see the price come back to challenge that level, or at least the light blue key level 0.855, because that's where those candles close in terms of price. All right, that's the big picture. Now, the daily view is showing us that the sideways trend is broken by the downtrend that started in mid-January. Okay, so the downtrend is still going on. It poked through the support on Saturday, just 4 days ago. You see the price kept testing, trying to find support around this 0.165 level. Okay, this yellow dashed line over here. These dates are telling us a potential trend change confirmation. So, of course, the 3rd of February is likely not going to happen unless some crazily good news happen in the remaining 6 hours. Then it's got a chance to shoot through the ceiling of this downtrend all of a sudden. If not, we have to wait for another week, around 11th, or if we are referring to the yellow key level, that's the 12th. So let's move it to here instead of the bottom of that sideways trend. And the next T level, the orange, is indicating the 1st of March. So if the price really drops to find support at that level and then trade sideways, the opportunity of a trend change confirmation would come near the end of this month. But there are two intermediate levels over here, these yellow dashed line that the past 3 days, including today, are trying to stay above. So what are these, or where do these come from? Over here and here, right? Just that very short period in May 2022, all the way to June, early June. This provides us an indication that there is like a intermediate support around this level. So you see currently the price is pausing over here, likewise back in June 2023, all because of what happened in 2022. It's interesting, right? It shouldn't be, but it's showing some effect still after 4 years almost. So these two will give us dates around the 17th of February as well as the 23rd of February. Okay, so we'll come back to this next week because this date will have our session before the 12th. So definitely we can add these dates if the breakout doesn't happen by next session. All right. If you're interested to access these sessions 2 days earlier than the others, join the channel membership now. Thank you. And here's another video you may be interested in. See you.